Now, there are three aspects to the reforms that I will announce today. The first aspect is to empower consumers, to give them the capacity to shop around, but also to help our smaller lenders to compete with the bigger banks, and also fundamentally to ensure that credit flows not just to Australian families but also to Australian business. Now, there's no silver bullet here. The global financial crisis did bring very serious challenges for our financial system. We can't solve all of these challenges overnight. We're talking about a $2.5 trillion sector here on which something like 200,000 Australians depend for their employment. So we need to move decisively, but we also need to move carefully. It will take time to build stronger competition in our banking sector. Now, the first stream of those reforms will ensure that consumers have the knowledge and the flexibility they need to find the best deals and to switch to those deals. And our first step here is to ban exit fees outright for new home loans from the 1st of July 2011. Now, if the banks try to rebadge their mortgage exit fees as any other type of fee, ASIC will take them to court if these fees are unconscionable. That's the law. Now, these measures are absolutely critical to ensure customers can walk down the road and get a better deal. At the moment, what happens is that the big banks rely on the fact that they don't think their customers can walk down the road or want to walk down the road. Well, if customers want to make that choice, then they should be able to do it. And that's the importance of this measure, to empower the consumer to take decisions to search for a better deal. Now, in addition to that, we're going to take further steps to boost consumers' flexibility to transfer their deposits and their mortgages by taking important steps to progress the transition towards full account portability. We're going to give this a go. It doesn't exist anywhere else in the world at this point in time, but we think it's worth a go. We'll also introduce a mandatory facts sheet which lenders must provide to new home loan customers so consumers can compare different offers side by side. Now, this is actually quite important because if you go and trawl through much of the material that is supplied to a borrower, it's pretty incomprehensible. So what we do want here is a uniform fact sheet that a borrower can put from one financial institution up against one from another financial institution and clearly see what the difference between the two is. A small initiative, but an important initiative to empower the consumer, an important initiative to empower consumers. Also, I'm announcing today that will bring in tough new laws to prevent banks from engaging in anti-competitive price signalling. Also, we'll fast-track legislation to get a better deal for Australians with credit cards, to give them more control over their borrowing, and of course to stamp out lender practices which overcharge them interest. The second reform stream builds on measures we've already taken to support smaller lenders to compete with the big banks. We'll build a new pillar in our banking system from the competitive power of our credit unions and our building societies. First of all, we'll educate consumers about the safety and competitiveness of mutual lenders by letting more of those lenders call themselves banks, if they wish. We'll also put them right at the centre of our Bank on a Better Deal awareness campaign to promote their competitive role. And we will introduce a new official government-protected deposit seal to help consumers easily identify that mutuals and regional banks are just as safe as the big banks.